Hello, loves, and welcome to this message. You guys have seen the title. You guys already kind of know what this is about. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium and a priestess. If you're new here, welcome to GypsyCowgirlTarot. We are a pillar of light channel here. Okay? So if you're here, obviously, you're here for a reason. If you are guided or if it resonates, your intuition hits, then it's for a reason always, right? Those of you guys returning, welcome back, my loves. This is not going to be a really long message. But it was like I was doing some other things and then it like came through just so strongly. So I'm like, oh heck yeah, like I'm so happy for the collective. I'm so happy for all of us right now, like whoever's tuning in, because things are about to get super wild, but like in the best possible way. Especially when it comes to money, opportunity, entrepreneur, like if you're an entrepreneur, business, money. This is like it's like big baller status, but like on a spiritual level. Like, so, you know, it's like, but I mean, it could be like in different things. It doesn't, I mean, you could open up your own restaurant. Maybe that's a dream of yours. And maybe that's a part of your passion is to, you know, maybe you cook or you have always dreamt of something like that, right? And then you open up a restaurant and you're a part of your light work maybe, and like, you know, is pouring love into the food, you know? Anyways, we'll get into the message in a second. I'm gonna let my heart chakra bowl sing. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, mi amors. In through the nose, and then exhale, letting all of the breath out as if you were just blowing out a candle, but let all of the breath out. And then take another deep breath in. Beautiful. Another deep breath in. And out. Okay. So just want to bring some tranquil energy into this message. Releasing any resistance or tension and things like that, you know, because I can feel it. And with the heart chakra crystal bowl, it's, you know, it helps to open our heart, which is that's the gateway. That's the portal. Everything starts, it's within the heart, right? So anyways, and that's what I'm kind of getting here is like who I'm talking to. Like, I keep hearing dark night of the soul, dark night of the soul. Like, we don't just have like one dark night, right? But like a dark night of the soul is brutal. It's brutal. Like, you know, things that send people into dark nights of the soul are like losing a loved one, extreme grief, loss, you know, pain in that way, a divorce, you know, sometimes it's just a very difficult breakup, you know, like different things like that, right? So, you know, going through ascension, like, you know, we don't just have one dark night of the soul, we can have many dark nights of the soul, right? So, anyways, what I'm seeing is like really, really dark clouds. Like the clouds are black. Like it looks like a fire, like fire smoke clouds. That's like what I'm seeing, but it's not fire smoke clouds. It's representing a storm. And it's representing like what you have been feeling, what you've been moving through, what, like the storms you've been facing. Okay, so that's why I'm getting dark night of the soul, because it feels like who I'm talking to, like you've been in a dark night of the soul. I'm also getting like you're very protected and shielded, but like you have felt like psychic attacks coming in at you like left and right. And like they're showing me like the evil eye. So just people witnessing like your transformation, people witnessing your ascension. You know, this is just people around you. This could be strangers, this could be friends, family. Like when we ascend, like, and when we start to heal and like our you know, whatever, like it's very triggering to people. And a lot of times it's people close to us, you know what I mean? And that could be very painful and hurtful, you know, but that's just another lesson of going within and being with self and detaching from any of that outside noise. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like a lot of you guys have been dealing with. I feel like you've been dealing with a lot of that. Like, people just being shady. Like, I'm hearing like business deals falling through. Okay, so for some of you guys, like maybe for some of you guys that was, you know, maybe, I don't know, this could be like one person, but maybe you had like a company, a very successful company, you know, and maybe you had like business partners that were shady or something, right? And then the company went under. Okay, like that's something that would send someone into a dark night of the soul. You know what I mean? So anyways, like I said, that could be just like one person or, you know, a group of you guys, but, you know, maybe you did have a restaurant or something, you know. I'm also hearing COVID. Okay, so like during the pandemic, obviously that was a time where a lot of businesses suffered and they went under because of it, right? Thank you, government. But like, okay, so this, I feel like, so if the pandemic like affected you guys in that way, I mean, it could literally be anything, right? It doesn't have to be like a brick and mortar, but that's what I'm specifically getting. So maybe like over the past like 5 years, 4 years, like maybe just like business and finances and career and work have felt very, I'm seeing someone like walking the tightrope, like trying to like maintain their balance, but they're walking a tightrope. And so that's what I feel like you've been going through. You've been walking a tightrope. Well, I'm here to tell you, we have 2 cards that just came out. I'm here to tell you, and I'm being called to look at the bottom of the deck. It's the Emperor. It's the Emperor. The Emperor is large and in charge. Okay, like the Emperor does not lose, you know? Like the Emperor does not set out to lose. The Emperor conquers. The Emperor rules over all. They take action. They strategize. They plan. They think ahead. They're very strategic in their movements and what they do and the actions they take. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. Like, you've had to consistently like step into your Emperor energy, into your, you know, masculine Emperor energy when it comes to business building, entrepreneurship, you know, etc. And of course, like when you're doing like businesses or things like that, and you know, like, you know, I know a lot of you guys, it's spiritual businesses, spiritual work, tarot readers, mediums, you know, Akashic record guides, readers, you got, you know, Reiki masters, like sound healers. Like I know there's so many of you beautiful souls who follow me. And like, if you're not doing that work already, then it's a part of your work. Then it's like a part of like what you want to do. Let's go ahead and see these cards real quick. Okay, so black clouds. Whenever I see like, and to be really, really honest with you, like my guides and my higher self, like, you know, so like when I'm shown the like vision of the dark black clouds, that's exactly what it means. It means like a lot of fogginess in life, like not being like super clear minded or confusion, but also it's just literally like storm clouds. Okay, but in this particular vision, the clouds were like so dark, like as black as charcoal, you know. So that tells me that like, first of all, like there has been like dark energies trying to infiltrate or trying to block you or stop you. Sometimes the dark energies, they work through people, right? And sometimes it's literally just people's shadows being projected. But some, you know, so whatever it is, it feels like you're really like, you know, you, first of all, you came here to be extremely successful. Like you came here to be wealthy in many levels, not just money, wealth and fortune, but like wealth and abundance with love, wealth and abundance in loved ones, family, friends, connection, you know, wealth in your business, wealth with community, wealth and health within your vessel. Like, my point is like, you came here to be wealthy, but when I say wealth, I don't just mean like money, you know, and I'm receiving generational wealth. Okay, so I'm telling you, you guys, this is like big, 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 big. So, and you know, and I get these kinds of messages. They flow in with the energy every now and then. Now we just started in Taurus season. Happy birthday, my beautiful beloved Tauruses. I'm a Taurus North node, so it's like the Taurian energy is connected to my soul path, and I love it. I'm a Libra Sun, Libra Mercury, so my sun sign, etc., is ruled by Venus, and Taurus is also ruled by Venus. So, you know, anyways, but I love like this time of year. This year feels very significant in transformation and change. Okay, like we just went through a very like, we still are, like the energy is just like so wild, and it's not going to stop. Like we're just, you know what I mean? We will just keep integrating and ascending and adjusting, etc., right? But the energy was pretty intense and pretty brutal there with the eclipse portal, and then like Mercury and Venus retrograde and like all that. Well, now like Mars has moved into Leo, and that's just like fiery, passionate, confident energy. It's action energy as well. Following your wish fulfillments, like Mars, that's Mars right there, the Emperor, with Leo. Like it's a beautiful combination. You know, like could people be a little, I want to say overzealous. I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing to say here, but people could be a little like over the top right now, but like, you guys know what I mean. So anyways, let's look at these cards right here, but look at this. Look at the Emperor with the Star card. Okay, there's the dark clouds, the ball and chain. Okay, so the Emperor says within 7 days during the spring. That's right now. That's this week. And then after it, 2 major arcanas, Aries and Aquarius, a cardinal sign, and a fixed sign. This is like taking the lead, or, you know, action and leadership and passion mixed with things that are fixed within your destiny, because the Star card is destiny. The Star card is manifestation and wish fulfillment. It's a lot of things, healing, rejuvenation, etc., etc. But in this case, it's that. Okay, so this is what you've been moving through. Okay, this is that dark night of the soul energy. Okay, and it's not like everyone's been going through a dark night of the soul, but collectively, like globally, there's a lot of souls on earth right now who are going through dark nights. You know? Okay. Again, like a dark night of the soul is really brutal. Like there's a difference between going through a dark night of the soul versus like, oh, I'm just going through another ascension right now, you know, I just got another big ascension this week, you know, or whatever, you know, I got really activated this week with like the light codes and the energy, etc. You know, and it's triggered some shadow, and I'm feeling a little low, I'm feeling a little sad, I'm feeling a little depressed, you know, but a dark night of the soul is like, it comes in and it like boom, right? It like it's a shooketh. It shooketh you. Okay. That's what I mean. Like it's big things that oftentimes like set it off. You know what I mean? Like death of a loved one, or you know, someone close, like things like that. Is like it's crazy, right? So anyways, it speaks of like heaviness, being weighed down, and I feel like a lot of this is specifically tied to money and finances. A lot of people are fearful collectively because of like, well, here in the US, you know, I know a lot of you guys watch me all over the world. I have a lot of people from the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and then I do have a lot of people from the US. But like, you know, a lot of people are, you know, right, because of the economy and how the economy has been, et cetera, et cetera. I see it getting much better. That's just me as an oracle and with my vision and prophecy. I see it getting much better. I see Americans feeling more at ease financially, okay? And, you know, prices dropping again, you know, food dropping again, you know, housing and rent and everything will be dropping. But anyways, but collectively, there's like a freak out, okay? But, and, you know, and we don't want to do that. Like we always want to, no matter where we're at in the world and no matter what's going on with the economy that we live in, we don't want to add fear to the energy. Because all that does is it makes that, so if everyone is sending fear energy of lack to the economic structures, right, to the economy on a collective level, then what happens is then the economy, okay, and the financial institutions, etc., like things will start keep happening to make the economy remain where it projects that fear back to everybody. So no matter what's going on, we want to be like in a state of, you know, there's infinite abundance. I live in a beautiful, you know, the economic status is beautiful. There's infinite amount of money. I know this. There's infinite abundance. You know, it doesn't even matter what's going on economically. Hold on. Sorry, guys. There's like a huge tractor just driving by. Hold on. Okay. It's that time of year, chopping season. Well, there's out where I live, it's chopping season is twice a year. But right now it's like the spring, like chopping like alfalfa grass and the hay, you know, for all of the cows and the dairymen out here and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure probably in the next like week, they'll be doing the fields right here, across and next to my home and stuff. So anyways, the tractor driving by though, it was a huge tractor, and it was a tractor where it goes and it rototills the fields. So it's obviously heading to a field that's just been chopped or was recently chopped. So then it goes in and then they like rototill and they whatever. Anyways, I'm like, everyone's getting a ranching and a farming lesson today with me. But my point with all that is like, it rototills the land so like they can get ready for the corn, because that's what they're doing. They're chopping like the alfalfa grass and the hay and all that, right? For the farmers, for the cattle, for right. And then then right after that, they plant the corn. Okay, bear with me. That driving by was significant because of this message. Now, Spirit is guiding me. My higher self is saying, now's the time to flip these cards. Dun, dun, dun. The island. Islands in the sand. Run away with me. I love that song. We can rely on each other. From one corner to another. Anyways, okay, so look exactly. Oh my God, see? Exactly. Mic drop. Boom. Look at this. Look at this. The island and the beaver. The beaver is number 8. The infinity symbol. We just had a tractor drive by that its job is to go rototill the land so that the seeds of abundance and corn can be planted. Now, if you look up the spiritual meaning of corn, corn is all about harvest, money, like it's abundance. It's like a really powerful energy in that regard. Okay, even down to it being the color, like, I mean, I know there's like white corn and there's other color corns, blue corn, etc., right? But like, you know, typical corn is like a yellowy color, right? Like that's when you think of corn, right? It's like a yellowy color. And yellow connects to the sun, and the sun is success, power, enlightenment, all these things, but it's successful energy, you know, and it's like a revelation energy too. And then it also connects to the color gold. And gold is also represented and connected to riches and abundance. Okay. And it's also connected to the heart. The metal gold. Gold is connected to the heart. So the beaver speaks about things working against you, but persistence pays off. You see that? That's what I was talking about with my vision of seeing like the pitch black storm clouds that have been looming over your life and your bank accounts and your investments and your money and your businesses and your clientele. Okay? It's been weighing you down financially. This is a money reading, period. Like, I feel that there's some like, there's some like, you know, divine masculine, King of Wands, Emperor, destined energy trying to like poke its way through here. Okay, side note, just FYI. Because if you are new here, I am a divine channel for twin flames and for past life soul connections, for divine unions. I am a twin soul, and it's a part of my work, along with collective readings like this, zodiacs, etc., whatever. And I'm gonna finally be starting my second channel. Probably not this week, you guys, probably like the start of next week. I was thinking about doing it like right around like the beginning of May for like the 5/5 portal, but I don't know, we'll see. But sometime in the next like week or two. And that channel is gonna be for both, you know, men and women, but it's all about the priestess path, the path of the priestess. So, you know, I'm so excited because there's gonna be so much on that channel. Anyways, okay, so why did I even say that? Why was I even saying that? I don't know, bear with me, because when I'm channeling, it's like I go all over the place. So things have felt like they've been working against you, but your persistency, like being persistent is paying off. And then it says new things on the horizon, determination, repetition, making dreams real, as above, so below, with the number 8, which 8 represents abundance. Okay. I'm also getting the 8th house in astrology in the birth chart, and the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio is obviously like Plutonian, death, rebirth, transformation. It's very transformative energy. But what I'm actually getting is like Scorpio, because Scorpio rules like the underworld, and it rules like the sexual organs, if you will, like the lower extremities, okay? But with that, what I'm getting is like the lower chakras, the root chakra and the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. But I'm specifically seeing the sacral and the root for a lot of souls out there who are tuning in. You've had a lot of clear, like there's been a ton of blockages. I'm also being shown webbing. You know, if you are new here, like all of my like booking services, my readings and spiritual services that I offer and provide, they're in the description box. But I do one-on-one energetic quantum healing sessions with clients, and with each person I work with, it is different. It is literally case to case because it's intuitive. So I tune in, etc. So one of my gifts is being able to see dark attachments, parasites, cords, webbing, like just different stuff that just, it doesn't belong. Okay, we'll just say that. So that's what I'm being shown right now, is like very severe webbing in the lower chakras, in the root chakra and the sacral. It feels like it feels like you guys have been clearing that. Okay, that's what it, some of you guys, you need to do work with the lower chakras. Okay, you know, if our root chakra is like completely just like out of whack and blocked, like, so is our abundance pretty much in a big way. You know, like the root chakra is like, do you feel safe in your life? And it's the root chakra, it's an earth chakra, it is the material realm. Do you feel safe and secure financially? Do you feel safe and secure and stable at your job, in your career, you know, in your home life? Like, it's that 3D reality, the pentacles. Okay, so that's why I'm being shown like the webbing and the cords and things like that. So, you know, you can do like, you can do your own, you know, cord cutting, and you can, you know, there's plenty of like videos out there and things like that. Be careful, please, though, my loves, because there's a lot of people out there that just, bless their hearts, but they just don't know what they're doing, or they are, you know, carrying around parasites and attachments and, you know, dark entities, and they don't even know it. And then they're working with people one-on-one energetically. Like, that is so like not good. You know, it's not their fault. My point is like, if you go to a YouTube channel and it's like a Reiki healer and they're doing all the, you know, things and the, right? I do these things too sometimes, so I'm not making fun. I just, you know, like, make sure that you tune in with that person's energy and the energy of the channel before you consent to receiving any fucking healing from that person, okay? Just because I love you guys, okay? All right. And if you feel like you need assistance, you need help, like I've been working on my chakras, I've been trying, I feel, you know, but I resonate with this, Erica, you know, reach out to me. I'm not sharing this to get a booking. You guys know that's not how I operate, but I'm here. I'm here because this stuff is no joke sometimes. It literally feels sometimes when your chakras are blocked, especially like your heart, I'm going to say your heart, like your solar plexus and your root chakra. If those chakras have blockages or cords or webbing or implants or anything of that nature, like it literally makes you feel weighed down. Like low energy, weighed down. You feel like you're literally lugging weights around, you know? And you might feel like, what the hell? Like, why am I feeling this way, right? So that could be part of the reason. So anyways, let's get back to the message because I want to wrap this up. Now, the island speaks of foreign affairs. So some of you guys, this is like travel. Like all of your hard work and like your persistent energy and like your consistency, like this card says, it's making your dreams a reality. Maybe some of you guys have been manifesting, like maybe you're, you know, manifesting like going on a spiritual retreat or maybe doing spiritual retreats. You guys know, you know, if you've been with me, you already know, but like if you're new here, I am co-hosting my first spiritual retreat ever in southern France this September. It's a initiation back to the sacred rose lineage. I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. You know, there is a video pinned in the comments below all about it, all about the our Magdalene Code retreat with the 2 beloved souls that I'm doing it with. It's next level, you guys, like next level, next level, next level. I promise you, it's not, and I'm not like putting anyone down at all because everyone plays a beautiful role in New Earth, but there's so many like people doing Magdalene retreats now in south of France, which totally understand. The Magdalene codes have been activated on Earth again, so a lot of people are tapping back into that. You know, Stellar and John, the beloved Hyros Galmos divine union couple that I'm doing this with, they've been doing these retreats for over 10 years now, like before all of this stuff that we're seeing. And they just recently moved to the south of France from Ireland because they were specifically guided to by Mary and Yeshua. And there's just like this whole thing, okay? But like, you guys know me, like Stellar's, like the teachings that she brings through, it's not her, it's the true Magdalene Codex teachings that are billions of years old. Yes, billions of years old. And it's just like, it's just so crazy. Like there's just nothing like it. Like there's literally like no one else teaching the true Magdalene codexes. And so that's why they're trying to get people, and they want to teach people, and they want people to learn, and they want to bring people in. And, you know, anyway, so go click on the video. I'll go talk about this at the end when I do all my things. But what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. There's something about like this is like Lemuria, Atlantis, Hawaii, Thailand, Bali, the Caribbean. I'm getting all that. Dominican Republic, the Mediterranean. This is just like how this card speaks of loneliness. It speaks of, you know, estranged, separate, lonely, you know, independent, isolated, like it's like that, right? Like an island has nothing around it, right? It's isolated in the ocean, right? That's how you have felt. That's what you've been going through while carrying all of this around. And that's why the beaver has come out saying like your determination and your repetition and consistency, like it has literally made your dreams reality. And that's what this message is all about. Huge success, dreams becoming reality. Like this is like big, like miracle stuff. Okay. Now I know that you guys watch readings all the time, and you probably hear readers talk about this stuff all the time, right? I'm telling you, we are in a miracle timeline, and it's not going to be for every single person who watches this. Just because you watch a reading doesn't mean that you're in the frequency or vibration necessarily that I'm speaking of in the reading, right? So those of you guys who are in this timeline that I'm speaking of right now, because there's like, there's like different timelines. And so like if you're staying like, if you're like a visionary who's staying true in their heart, their cosmic heart, without ego, without like illusion and like manipulation of thought and self, and like, you know, basically like just trying to tell yourself, it's like someone that calls himself the Empress, but they've done zero shadow work. They are clinging to some man or hoping someone comes back and, oh, please love me. Like, but they call themselves a queen, an empress. Like, no, the Empress and the queens are a frequency, right? So you guys catch my drift. So let's pull really quickly. Let's pull on this list, Making Dreams Real. A lot of you guys, that's what you've been dealing with, these codependency, you know, feeling trapped, restrictions, addictions, an unhappy marriage, emotional baggage. Okay, so a lot of you guys, it was like you, right, like you cut those cords and then you went into like this like isolated, like lonely, like I'm, you know, like I'm the island out here on my own, you know what I mean? And the whole time, like you've been moving through this, you've been going through all this with the dark clouds looming over you, but you kept pushing on. The Emperor does not give up. He's not going to lose. He's not going to go to war and lose. He's going to be the victor. He's going to be the conqueror. He's going to make sure that's his destiny. He knows it's his destiny. And you know that's your destiny too. You are a warrior, just like the Emperor. Man or woman, doesn't matter. It's not about gender. This world has gone insane with fucking gender and all of its madness. It's about, you know, the energy. Okay, hold on. I have to plug in my phone, you guys. Bear with me. Because it's about to die. So I'm going to pull out the tarot real fast. Why is this not turning on? Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, great. I just have to take this off real fast. Bear with me. Hold on. Okay. Okay, better. Like I'm literally seeing like the 8 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, like it is all about like where attention goes, like energy flows. So you've been putting a lot of attention on, it's like when we think about what we don't want, we immediately send out those signals to the universe, like, I don't want this, this is what I want instead. I don't want this, this is what I want instead. You know what I mean? I'm tired of this job and only making this amount of money, which what I really want is this kind of a job making this amount of money, or I really want is just to be my own boss. You know what I mean? And so whatever it is, I don't know, but there's big money. There's big opportunities is what I want to say. Business collaborations, soul family, like partnerships, you know, you could be coming together with us, with a romantic soulmate. You know, maybe you guys start a business together, right? But I think a lot of you guys, this is like you doing like things on your own, and then it's kind of like you take these first steps on your own, and then boom, more doors open, and then boom, more doors open, and then boom, more doors open, right? You never know. You just never know, right? But I'm telling you, it's extreme amounts. Like you're here to live a life of comfort, of fun, of joy and relaxation and bliss. And it's not like it's going to be all perfect all the time. Nothing will ever be that way. Like as long as we have the ebb and the flow, right? But you know what I mean. So it feels like I keep getting the word suffering. So it's like you've been like suffering, like you've gone through these suffering cycles, and you're coming out of a really dark cycle where you have felt that suffering. You have felt that. You know, and you had to like every day, basically, the way I see it and feel it, is you had to get up every day and be your own cheerleader, your own coach, your own parent, right? Your own lover, your own friend. You had to like cheer yourself on and root yourself on and like push yourself forward, right? That's the beaver. That's like when things feel like everything's against you, the odds are against you, everything's working against you. That's how it feels. But we know, like, we're never a victim at the hands of the universe, at the hands of source. Never. Like, you know, it's not like the universe single-handedly picks. The universe doesn't even know who we are. It doesn't care. It goes off energy, right? So, you know, if things keep happening, it's some kind of an initiation. It's some kind of test, right? Also, a lot of the times, right? Whatever our current reality and circumstances are, that's a reflection of our past choices and free will. Always. You know what I mean? The point here is that you've had to like become a master alchemist. You are a master alchemist, but you've had to like become a master of detaching from the physical reality in front of you. And you have been doing a fantastic job, my love, of reprogramming that illusion and connecting to the truth of infinite abundance rather than what's in front of you. Karmic relationships. Orion. Okay, so some of you guys, maybe Orion starseeds. Polarity, soul growth, and conflict. That's what I mean. So karmic, that's exactly. So it's the stars have, there's huge wish fulfillments. A lot of money. I'm telling you, this is a business money reading. Yes, there's a little bit of love energy coming through here for sure. And it carries that same wave of like abundant, lucky energy. But this is like money, and this is like karmic relationships. Like, boom, you're moving out of a dark night of the soul, or you're moving out of this like stormy period of life, or you've been hit left and right with things, you know, and whatever it is. But it was a part of your karma, probably. Trigger things, you know, trigger wounds of like lack, or trigger wounds of like abandonment, like even feeling abandoned by source or the universe or your angels, or like, you know, a lot of light workers struggle with stuff like that. You know, no one really talks about that shit, but it's real. You guys know I do. I try to, but like so many people out there, they're just all fluff, and they just like want to talk about like love and light and right? And I understand, I get it, but we have a whole other side to us, right? Okay, and it's a lot of it, our negative karma that's connected to our shadow. Polarity. There's a balancing within the polarities. It's like one extreme to the next. Like, it's like, it feels like an extremely dark period of life, and just like, oh my fucking, can I catch a break? Like, and then boom, the next extreme is like, it's this. Okay, so let's just really quickly, let me, because I'm, you know, I'm very wordy and I explain everything, and I'm a teacher. So I'm not just a tarot, like, you know what I mean? I'm a medium, I'm an oracle, I'm a priestess, I'm a healer, I'm a teacher. So my job here is to explain, to teach, to talk, to share, not just pull cards and give, you know, a shitty message. There's a lot of readers on here like that, and I shouldn't say that. I'm not saying like because they're just tarot readers, they're shitty messages. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Okay. Tell me more about this soul growth. So there's been an extreme amount of soul growth. Look at this. I feel like I'm hearing like you meeting you. So it's like you meeting this new, it's like this other version of you on this higher timeline, like the version that you see yourself as, like successful, like rich, just, you know, but it's not rich, like greedy rich, like, you know, like I want it all and my, you know, it's, I want to be wealthy and rich and well off so I can give back. I want to be rich and have extreme amounts of financial resources, etc., so I can start, you know, charities or nonprofits, or so I can buy land and start like, you know, a new earth, like, you know, community where people can come and stay or live or whatever it is, right? I don't know, but it's like all that, right? Some of you guys, it's like working with animals, animal rescue. Maybe it's like I want to buy land and I want to have an animal rescue, a horse rescue, dogs, cats, whatever it is. I know a lot of you guys will resonate with that. I do too. Oh shit, the chariot. You guys see that? I'm doing magic tricks over here. Shoo, wow. You've been experiencing a lot of conflict though, but this is finally like you. So this is you right here. Okay, and this is you right here. And these are two different worlds, two different timelines. You see how that works? Everything you've been going through on this timeline in this world, right, has affected this one, but it has called this one in. It's pulled it in. You see? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Your hard work is paying off. For some of you guys, you're going to be able, I'm telling you, like, I think a lot of you guys, like, a part of, like, your dreams and stuff is, like, I would love to just be able to, like, just take my entire family, my loved ones, like, you know, to Hawaii for, like, a month. Or I would love to do this. I would like to just, you know, pay for everything and just take care of everyone and plane tickets and, you know, all of that. Like, you have, like, a pure heart of gold. Like, you really want to, like, okay, like, you want to do good things with your wealth. You want to do good things with your fortune. And that is why the universe, I mean, it's not the only reason, but it's a huge reason of why, because you're someone who will use your prosperity and your abundance for the greater good. And the universe knows that. There you go. The Chariot. This is a card of extreme, major arcana, victory. Victory. It's forward movement. Also, the Emperor drives the Chariot. Except in this deck, it's a woman, but I mean, literally, like, the universe is saying, like, it's fast too. It's fast moving, fast. Okay. It's also balanced, light and dark. Okay. So there's fast forward moving energy because of the work you've been doing. Like, you did it. You did it. This is success. This is forward movement. It could also indicate like a road trip or travel. I really feel strongly there's something about travel, maybe relocating. For some of you guys, you might, that's what I'm talking, like our retreat that we're, you know, in France in September. I'm like, I'll probably go and just like never want to come back to the US. Like, I'll probably go and just want to stay there forever. I'm joking, but I don't know. Who knows? I honestly, a goal of mine is to have like a home in the countryside of France, probably southern France. That's always been a dream of mine, which is funny because I've never been to Europe ever. But I've always dreamt of that, like having a French like chateau in the countryside, you know, the countryside of France. And then fast forward, I'm like, oh, now I know why, because I've past lives there, and because, you know, I've died multiple times there in past lives, and I'm connected to the Magdalenes and the Rose lineage, and, you know, the Templars, and you know, there's like so much. It's so funny how our souls work and how like past lives work. Speaking of which, you guys, again, my services are all down below. I do just like everyone else, general psychic mediumship readings. I go really deep though. So when you do like a general reading with me, it's not just like pulling cards. In fact, it's, if anything, less pulling cards and more channeling, bringing through your guides, loved ones on the other side, things you need to know from your higher self, stuff like that. But anyways, and then I do past life Akashic record readings, etc., etc. So it's all there. But anyways, look at that. The High Priestess is on the bottom of the deck, followed by the Sun. There's that Ace of Pentacles. But no, this is extreme happiness. Like, things are going to be shown to you, revealed to you. I'm telling you. The Priestess speaks of the Keeper of Secrets, things that have been hidden. I think what this represents is, I'm talking to High Priestesses right here, High Priestesses, but you're the Priestess energy. You're about to be very happy, Priestess. Very happy. Everything's accelerating right now. It's like every area of your life. 0 to 100, like that. It literally is like that. And that's how it is a lot of times when we come out of a really like a death cycle of transformation and alchemy in that way. And we pull in the new timeline of rebirth, right? That's how it happens a lot. Things just happen, boom. It's like miracles out of nowhere. Expect the unexpected, you know, soulmates walking in out of nowhere, you know, like just crazy stuff. It's like one day your life's like this and the next day your life's like that. Okay. Tell me specifically, please, around the money here and this, I mean, I'm telling you, this is like, for some of you guys specifically, I'm getting like an app. Maybe you work in IT or you're designing an app, or you're a creator of an app. Okay, I'm also getting like musicians, you know, so through your music, you know, record deals, record labels, you know, but you're not someone who's going into You know, you're not working with like the dark record labels and the dark side of that industry, like how we're seeing everyone, okay, in Hollywood. Like, that's dark shit, you guys. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is like, you know, you channeling like songs from the soul, from the higher self, about being a, you know, ascension, or being a starseed, or whatever it is, self-love, you know, like, whatever it is, you know, and it doesn't even have to be that. Okay, you could be a rapper, you could be this, but what I'm getting, it's like you whatever it is that you do, it's in alignment with like the higher good, the greater good. Okay, show me please the Fool. You have 4 major arcanas. You're on it's a whole new world, a whole new timeline. This is all happening because of the leaps of faith that you have taken and the trust in the unknown. Like, that's why you are here in this moment, because you didn't settle with just like comfort zones, and you know what I mean? You're like, I'm done with the devil, even though it's the devil. I know, I'm done. I'd rather walk blindly with faith into the abyss than deal with any of this for a second longer. It's like that. But this also represents like period, like completion. You're on this new level. You're on, the universe itself is saying you're starting fresh, like the Fool's journey complete and started again. This is your reboot. This is your reset. I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. That's an Alan Jackson song, who's one of my favorite country artists of all times. But that song is a love song. He's like, whatever you want, I'll get it. I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters in the seas. I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. I think there's an emperor here who is a fool, fool, fool for someone. That was the 4 of Swords, by the way. As I was talking about the emperor energy. Someone maybe who's been quiet, or has been healing, or just went through a breakup or something and is healing, in a state of healing right now. I don't know. You'll know. Anyways, last card here, 6 of Wands. Again, major arcana, forward movement, acceleration, and massive, massive victory. And this is a card of recognition and reward and victory. It's victory after a long battle. Like you're stepping into this new world, this new timeline of a lot of really happy things. Okay, because you deserve it. Because you've been going through flippin' hell. You've been being purged by the flame of the hellfire. And you guys know what I mean. That's symbolic of our death cycle. Death of the ego. Death of old ways. Whatever it is. Partnerships, you know, you've had to walk away, and you've had to be alone, and you've had to really sacrifice in these ways to protect yourself. Only to, you know, then to feel like you have these dark clouds around you and you're carrying, right? I'm telling you, you did it. You did it. For some of you guys, this is about like, I don't know if like I'm getting like investment bankers, things like that. So you could be a light worker, a starseed, but like you work in like the financial industry, maybe Wall Street. I have no idea. Because to me, like all that shit's really dark. It is. It's not to me. I know it is. But whatever it is, it's a part of the systems, the matrix and all that. But like you're someone who's like dismantling that and then like rebuilding it. That's what I see. It's new. It's new earth structures. How you do that, I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, I'm telling you. People have a misconception because they think because we are, you know, spiritual, right, that we're meant to like be poor or like, you know what I mean? Walk around like with Birkenstocks and granola breath, you know? Nothing against granola breath or Birkenstocks, because I love all 3. But you guys catch my drift? Did I give you that good image of what people like view us as, like some kind of like stinky hippie or something? You know, no. Like I'm spiritual, but like I'm meant to live a beautiful life. And to have my abundance and infinite prosperity at my fingertips. And the more that I love and the more that I bring love to others, and the more that I love myself, and the more that healing occurs, and the more that I reprogram and all these things, and the more that stuff just multiplies. This is a time of victory and reward. Your manifestation is extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. You are the magician. You manifested all this. They're letting you know. They're letting you know. Don't self-sabotage right now. Don't look back. And there's something about guilt that keeps coming up. Like you guys are maybe looking back. Oh, this is, okay. Don't self-sabotage. Okay. A lot of starseeds, empaths, etc., like they will carry shame and guilt around being successful. So they will, a lot of the times, knowing or unknowingly dim themselves because they don't want to surpass. Maybe like, it's almost like, it's like, I know I deserve it, but at the same time, there's like deeper wound or deeper things from the generational, you know, curses or the way you were raised. And so a lot of us, like, we feel like there's almost like this, like we hold ourselves back a bit because we don't want to surpass and make people, you know, feel like inferior to our success, or we tiptoe around things, or like our parents, like, you know, a lot of, it's like you don't want to like make more money than your parents or have a nice cars than your parents, you know, or a bigger house than your parents, or, you know what I mean? It's like that. Okay. So, but this is like, again, it's generational stuff. So that could be you too, but I don't know, whatever, it just came through. So we got to drop that. We got to drop that. We cannot live our journeys based on perception and illusion, you know? Okay. Anyways, you guys, like this is what I've got here. This is what I've got here. So I love you guys so much. Again, if you want to hear more about the Magdalene retreat, look at that divine union, the Celtic knot. Yeah, there's for sure love. Unconditional love, legendary, divine union, eternal love, infinity, enduring, connected, love of a lifetime. For some of you guys, this is a soul connection or something. The two of you guys are both, I feel, maybe it's different. So you could be both very independent and successful on your own. You come together and it's a straight power couple. Or you come together and you become that power couple and you build a business, a legacy, you know, it's like generational wealth. There's something there with that. For some of you guys, maybe, you know, your soulmate is someone who's very wealthy, who has generational wealth. I have no idea. But the Celtic knot is an unbreakable bond. It's eternal, infinite. And then look at that, bottom of the deck is the birds, communication, texting or calling someone. It's just, it's nonstop. It's just, I'm not even trying. I'm not even focusing or sending an attention on that. And it just keeps coming through. I think that there is like an emperor here for a lot of you guys. Maybe you're the emperor, but it's, I feel like they see a feminine as this, as successful, you know, like you've got a lot of like really high morale and great integrity, and like you're independent and you're this or that or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like an impress, like I'm impressed by this, you know. That's like what I'm getting here. Okay, so anyways, my loves, I'm gonna leave it here. I love you guys. I hope you enjoy this. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a short message, but you guys know how that goes. I'm gonna get one of these really fast before we go. Can we just get one more, please? So let me know in the comments, you guys. Like, the comments are such a big deal. Like, please keep this in mind for any of your favorite readers out there and channels, okay? We do these readings and it takes, I mean, look at this. This is another hour and I still have so much work I gotta do behind the scenes. Plus I gotta record Taurus, Zodiac, and okay. This is it's just me putting out energy. And these are free readings, right? So for your favorite readers, myself included, okay? Like the algorithms right now are all effed up. They're all effed up. Not just on this platform, other platforms too, okay? So to help us out, comment. That helps get the video out into the algorithm. It basically lets YouTube know, hey, this is an awesome video and I want to help other people receive this message too. That's also paying it forward, by the way, for you. It's good juju's, good karma for you. So even if it's just like dropping a little heart emoji just to let me know too that like, hey, this resonated. I feel this, Erica, you know, like, you know, that way I know too, right? But I appreciate that. Anyways, I felt called, you guys, on that note, I felt called to grab this little deck right here. It's just like a little oracle deck. And look at the card, mi amores. What did I tell you? What did I tell you about this whole, the download? And a good reading should be like a good book. You have your beginning, the middle, and the end. And the beginning of the book, or the reading, should wrap up and tie and connect to the end. And it's not anything you can do on purpose, unless you're trying to card manipulate, which there's a lot of people that do that. Even readers I've seen who claim they don't, and they claimed, I'm telling, girl, boy, you better watch out for those readers. Anyways, I send love to all, but I'm telling you, I'm protective of you guys. So anyways, fortune, good fortune. I'm sorry, I know it's like, because it's got like the, you know, good fortune. You can't make it up. And look at all the yellow and gold. Like, I specifically spoke of yellow, gold, da-da-da-da. It's connected to the sun, da-da-da. And then look at, we got the sun card. And there you go. You have to really believe that you are deserving of great fortune. If you grew up modest, middle class, poor, whatever, a lot of people deep down, their mind goes, no, 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 I never want to live like that. I grew up like that. I want to be wealthy. I want to be successful. I want to, you know, manifest these things. But the inner child is saying something different. The subconscious mind is saying something different. They're saying, we don't think we're worthy of it. We, on a true, you know, so make sure you believe in yourself in that way. Envision it even further, you know, see yourself in a freaking, you know, like multi-million-dollar villa, you know, that you rented out in, you know, I don't know, Palermo, Italy, right? Why can't that be you? Why can't that be me? Shit. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. You shoot for the moon, because even when you miss, you will land amongst the stars. Invite magic in. That's what it says. Good fortune. Invite magic in. She's this beautiful little fairy in this beautiful little dress. We have these beautiful like indigo and magenta irises. So that could resonate. Ooh, in the background here, you guys won't be able to see, I don't think. In the background here, though, there's a huge castle. You are the king or queen of your castle, and I'm telling you, your castle is being delivered in many different ways, shapes, and forms right now. Or I'm going to say in May, for sure, Taurus season, that brings it all down to earth, into the 3D. It's grounding of manifestations and wish fulfillments. But like, oh, trust me, this summer is going to be next level life-changing for so many of us. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. I love you so much, mi amores. Thank you for being here. I think that's it. All right, have a beautiful day. I will see you soon. Mwah.